in today's video, we're going over 5 potential WWE wrestlers that could dethrone Becky Lynch as the Women's Intercontinental Champion. So, but before we get into the video, drop a big thumbs up down below, hit the subscribe button if you're new. Because I'm on the road to 5 subscribers, really like to get there before the end of the year. So, let's go to the first person who I think could dethrone Becky Lynch. The first person I got on the list who could dethrone Becky Lynch is Lyra Valkyria. Because she, first off, was the person who lost the championship to Becky Lynch. She's going to a match at SummerSlam against Becky Lynch in a street fight, basically no disqualification match. And I'm going to just say, I think she's dethroning Becky at SummerSlam. But if she's not, I think there's a couple more. But I think she's the most valuable, most ready to take the belt off of Becky, because Becky in this feud has made Lyra a better character, a better mic worker, and all around gave Lyra a spotlight that Lyra didn't get with the first couple months of her reign when she first won the Intercontinental Championship. And ever since she started that feud with Becky, people have seen more and more of her. And I think this was a perfect idea to have her feud with Becky Lynch for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. They also brought prestige to the championship, and they also had banger matches every time they face each other, and I'm expecting another banger match at SummerSlam. So, I think Lyra will be a very perfect person to dethrone Becky, and it would be the third time that Lyra Valkyria beats Becky Lynch. The first time she did it in October 2023 for the NXT Women's Championship. Then she did it at Backlash. Now she's probably going to do it at SummerSlam. So, yeah. But I do think Lyra is the best option. So, yeah. On this list is Jordynne Grace. Jordynne Grace, I know, is still in NXT, but there was rumors that she's going to get called up. And if she's going to get called up, put her in the Raw roster and have her in that Intercontinental Championship division. Even though she probably needs it more on SmackDown than Raw, I think she could have banger matches with Becky Lynch. Because think about it, she's like this muscle bodybuilder type character who's strong, can move fast, does cool moves, and is able to be very, very good in the ring. And people kind of like her. I think that would kind of work very good with Becky's character. And also, wouldn't be surprised because these new NXT people that are coming into NXT, or for the women especially, are getting big pushes on the main roster, except if you're Julia. Because apparently it's illegal for Julia to get a championship opportunity, or defend her championship. So I don't really know what's going on there. But I think Jordynne Grace would be a very, very perfect person to dethrone Becky. And obviously, you need a little bit of storyline to make it more sense. But I think it could work, and a very good person to dethrone Becky. And I think he would also add a little spice to that Intercontinental Championship lineage and history of that championship. And I think we could see potential banger matches from Jordynne Grace if she dethroned Becky for the championship. Her championship ring could be full of banger after banger after banger matches. So I think this would be honestly a nice person to dethrone Becky Lynch. I got on the list is Bayley. Bayley has been added with Becky and Lyra for the past couple of months. She's also been throwing in a storyline since Becky took her out at the WrestleMania match, whatever. But I do think if Becky wins at SummerSlam, she can face Bayley. They can go in a feud at let's say Clash in Paris, and then other matches. I'm very confident. They probably have had matches before, but I'm very confident that this probably could be their best match if they had matches before in the past. They probably did, but I think this could have a potential banger, maybe a trilogy like Becky did with Lyra. I think we could have a Becky Bailey trilogy for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. We just see banger after banger after banger after, and it would just be so good. And I think they also got a lot of history. And I think adding another legend, another future Hall of Famer, and Bailey to the lineage of the Women's Intercontinental Championship would be very, very perfect for that championship and add more prestige to that championship. And this would also elevate that whole division, that whole title as a whole. Not only if they could do this with the United States Championship for the women, it would just be equal on both sides, but we can't do it. You know what I'm saying? We have to sacrifice one championship over the other. You're saying, that's how WWE works now. So, yeah, but I think making Bailey as champion would elevate the championship more and elevate the title, that whole division, so more, making the other women in that division try even harder. So, I think she would be a perfect option as well. Raquel Rodriguez. I know Raquel Rodriguez is the women's tag team champions right now, but I think it's a perfect opportunity to have her lose the tag titles at SummerSlam, make her a single star until Liv Morgan comes back if you want her to. Make her go after the Intercontinental Championship. And we can already see that Raquel Rodriguez has improved so much since she's came back in October. And I think she could have a potentially, this Women's Intercontinental Championship could potentially change and literally make Raquel Rodriguez one of the biggest women's stars in the entire WWE as a whole. And I think if she wins this title, she could prove something at least that she should be in the conversation for championships, world championships, and stuff like that. And I kind of am very confident she could do this because she was NXT Women's Champion during Triple H's later stages reign of NXT Black and Gold. And I don't think Triple H is hesitant to put a championship like the Mid-Card Championship for the women on someone like Raquel Rodriguez. I mean, he already did with Becky Lynch and Lyra, so I'm kind of confident he could do it with Raquel as well, but I don't really know. But I feel like it's a potential thing that could literally make or break Raquel Rodriguez's career. When I mean make her a bigger star than she will ever be. But yeah, that's just my opinion about it, though. So yeah. List is Roxanne Perez, and no, she's part of the Raquel Judgment Day Tag Team Championships, but I can already tell Roxanne Perez is going to be a big star and a big player in WWE in the next couple of years, and I'm very confident that they are going to make her Women's Intercontinental Championship sooner rather than later. Maybe even before the end of the year, depending on how things play out, and I think adding another Intercontinental Championship to the Judgment Day would make very good strides in Finn Balor's plan, because I don't trust Finn Balor. Finn Balor is doing something fishy, by the way, and I don't know what it is. He's planning something against the Judgment Day. I can feel it. Don't trust him. Though, I think Roxanne Perez would also be a very perfect fit for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. It would also add kind of that rookie energy, like that. Like you could go from the Intercontinental Championship to the world title. I think it would be like a stepping stone so you can get to the world title. But I think we would also see some banger matches of Roxanne Perez holding the Intercontinental Championship, and we can make her have the longest reign with that championship ever. We saw her do it in NXT when she was NXT Women's Champion, and she held that thing for 270 plus days, I think. And she was having banger matches after a banger after banger after banger after banger after banger. And I think if we give her enough time, perfect storylines, and enough people to face, I think we could do this with Roxanne Perez. So if WWE can have her drop the tag team titles, give her the Intercontinental Championship, I think we'll see bangers after bangers and bangers, and to the more casual fans who only watch the main roster can see what greatness that Roxanne Perez did on NXT during her NXT Women's Championship run in 2024 into 2025. We could create that magic once again, but with the mid-card division on the main roster instead of the NXT World Title division. So I think Roxanne Perez would be a perfect fit for this. Anyway, guys, that's all I have, guys, today. Leave your comments down below. What, guys, you think I'm missing some people, or do you think you agree with all of them down below? Anyway, have a beautiful rest of the day. See you tomorrow. Bye.